Well, I guess we can go straight there. Sex.
Let's talk about
okay, because I guess we gotta have sex before we get these children. Okay.
Let's talk about all the
I guess, listen.
okay.
I do want you to talk about the blended families.
Okay.
Because I know you've touched a little bit on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to talk about, I think, the marriage part of, well, I guess we can go straight there. Sex.
Let's talk about
okay,
sex,
because I guess we gotta have sex before we get these children.
And me.
Okay.
Let's talk about all the
I
things.
guess, listen.
Okay.
All right, now.
I'm a love coach.
Now, listen, I don't want to get desensitized.
I'm a love coach.
All right, so
and this conversation has just turned rated R.
Okay, yes. This part of the segment, okay,
is rated
R.
rated R.
And I want to let y'all know, if you got children, please remove them right now. God created sex and it's beautiful, and I want her to freely, as she sure is qualified to talk about it.
Yes.
She makes no apologies about it. Regarding that it's legal and undefiled.
Yes.
Between a husband and wife.
Yes.
Okay. Have the floor.
Yes. So, one of the parts of love I love to talk about. I love to talk about any part of love. I don't care if it's about love.
Yeah.
Even broken love. I love to talk about love.
Mm-hmm.
And so this part right here is exciting, it's fun, it's thought-provoking. It requires you to have a level of transparency that I think a lot of couples that are going into marriage don't have with each other. Mm-hmm. Sex.
Yeah.
I think that this is why I tell you it's very important to have the right people in your life. Right. It's important to have a life coach. It's important to have a love coach. It's just as important to have a financial advisor, a pastor. We have to have right people in our life. It's important to have a prophet. There's no way in the world I surround myself with prophets. Prophetic, God has assigned prophetic voices over my life. That's so important. It's important for your marriage to have a prophet over your life. Because guess what? A prophet over your life, they war for you. They stand at the gate of the marriage. God has assigned me. And I'm going to get to the sex part. But I'm just laying a little foundation for why you need right people in your life as you enter, as you prepare for marriage, and then when you get into marriage. Right. Because God has assigned me certain marriages that I stand guard over. And when the marriage was shaking and quaking, I was up in the middle of the night. Because now I'm like, oh, where's this coming from? Wow. Because that marriage is my assignment. Wow. Some marriages you're going to be assigned. Why do you think, this is a good question. We're going to get back to the sex part. Mm-hmm. Why do you think God wants to establish kingdom marriage? So he can get you married, so you can help get them married, so you can help, he want to get you stayed and steady in the marriage, so you can help them stay steady in the marriage. Right. Because God is about duplicating himself. Right? And so your marriage is going to be duplicated in others. Right? And so we have so many things to do before we get married, right? And it's not just about the bliss. That's part of it, and it's beautiful and fun and exciting. Mm-hmm. But a long-lasting love, a good marriage, it requires a lot of preparation. And I think that sex is a big part that we, let me just say this, and I say this because this applies not just to this segment. It does not just apply to couples or people that desire to get married. This applies all the way across the board. I say this to the church and to the world. Right. Everybody's having it, but nobody's talking about it. Now wait. I think I ran out of coffee, y'all. Hold on. My cup empty too. Look. I got a little bit left. Okay. No. You want to start some mess up in here. Please clarify that. Come on. Everybody's having sex. But nobody's talking about it. Oh boy. but we're gonna get married, so we're gonna talk about sex.
I'm a virgin. Just okay. You go ahead. Yeah.
We'll talk about that too. Okay. I'm gonna talk about how a woman is a virgin even after 2 children and multiple sex partners. I'm gonna talk. You're gonna have to come over to my page because I don't know if Prophet can handle my level of. She lives with it every day, and sometimes it, she be. Yeah.
Yes.
So this might not be the platform for that, but
we gotta do a private Zoom with her. We're gonna do a private Zoom. We're gonna have her on Prophetic Encouragement, of course, her platform as well. We're gonna do a private Zoom.
I need some air.
But yeah, okay, go ahead.
So when I say look at this rainbow.
Oh, hold up, y'all. This is real. Wait a minute.
Do you see this?
Glory to God. Don't play with me. Y'all.
This is incredible.
I'm taking a picture of it right now. I don't play no games. Y'all, look at this.
Look at this.
Honey.
Oh my goodness.
Listen.
You're going to have to send me the picture because my camera's dying.
Listen.
This is incredible.
This
is
let me get out. Y'all, this is real.
Wow.
Y'all, this is real. We don't play no games around here. Y'all know Prophetic Encouragement. Listen. Okay, y'all. Y'all see that rainbow? That is beautiful. Wow. Look at the promise. Look at the promise in the sky. Look at the promise, y'all. Okay. Wow.
You see that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Y'all listen, okay?
You see that?
Baby.
You see God talking to us.
Listen. God is here with us. You hear me? I don't play no games. I don't play. Yeah, go ahead. Absolutely. Y'all. Listen, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. She's on a phone call. Rainbows in the sky that just came out. Okay,
look on this
right there
in the living room.
Y'all, we can't make this stuff up.
Little Chinese
Stay tuned. Hold on. All right, y'all. We back. The rainbow came out. Wow. I don't know what just happened. I just had to show y'all that. But yeah. Wow. Promises of God.
Wow, the promises of God.
Hallelujah.
Right in the middle of this conversation.
Right in the middle of the conversation. And she was talking about, sex between a husband and a wife and how it's honorable and it's beautiful. And we don't, I believe it's the importance to talk about even like how we don't have sex like the world. Like you should not define your spouse's sexual life with your husband, right? Husband and wife, the way the world does it.
Right.
What works for y'all, what works for y'all.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
So.
Because marital bed is what? Undefiled.
Undefiled. Right? Honorable and undefiled.
Okay, so, and I was saying like everybody's having it and nobody's talking about it. Mm-hmm. And how could you not have a discussion about one of the most important things in a marriage?
Right.
Marriages fall apart not just over money, but sex too.
Yeah, that's the 3 things: communication, sex, and money.
Right? And so because these are kingdom marriages, right? Those 3 things must be addressed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to really put the work in yourself.
Yeah.
Every person be responsible for themselves. Mm-hmm. So you, before he even comes, sis, you got to get responsible about how, and honest with yourself about your own sex life. Ooh. Like, if you're a virgin, I don't know if there are any out here, but maybe, okay, I'm very real and transparent. And if you're not, we all, we have, some of us have kids. We've already ventured into that part of life. And so we've had experiences, right? Mm-hmm. And even with men, bro, you've had experiences and you have an expectation, right? Mm-hmm. For a type of sex, right? And you're not having that conversation. And so you get into marriage and you're disappointed because why? You expect her to swing on a pole like Sharon, and she's never been on a pole. Or, okay, I'm telling you, sis, or you expect him to have a strong back and a stroke like Rick.
Right.
And he don't.
Right.
Because maybe he had a back injury. Right. Maybe he just got his own rhythm and stroke.
Maybe that's not his thing.
That's right. So listen, we have to
have
very transparent conversation.
Listen, and introducing stuff too.
Yes, I had a whole class last week, last Saturday, with women that are all single, that are expecting a kingdom marriage, right? And the whole class was about their expectations, not just for marriage. What are your expectations for sex?
Wow.
We have to ask the hard questions.
Because you know what I think too? I think that even in the body of Christ, they've never talked about that.
Oh, taboo.
Yeah, and it's such a thing that this is why so many. I mean, it's almost like tithe. Okay, when you talk about sex, if you could talk about tithe, then you could talk about sex.
Yeah.
Okay, because a lot of times it wasn't taught that. Again, you know, when your husband come home, he don't need to see you in there shopper, bringing it on down. No, and you know, or like, you know, you don't expect your bishop that serves your family to be you hold your husband to that accountability. Like, he's the Lord of that house. Your husband is the Lord of that house. So how do we understand? I would love for you to talk about, I guess we kind of like going a little bit deeper on the importance of knowing when to turn off and turn on as a woman or as a man for your relationship, for the cultivating of the marriage, for the sex, like basically turning over and giving him a cold shoulder, silent treatment. Oh, you ain't getting it tonight.
Oh, we don't
all
do that.
Right.
Oh,
That's what I mean. That part of the sex part.
Technical foul. We don't do that. Sex is not a weapon. That's how you do it.
Okay.
Sex is not a weapon. Sex is never to be used as a weapon in a marriage. Let me tell you something. Do you know how many devils you open your marriage up to?
Felt that.
When you withhold sex from your partner? Withholding sex from a husband, withholding affection from a woman is like opening up. That's saying to Satan, come on.
Wow, come on, woman of God. Y'all better hear this.
Come on. We got a little break. It's a little crack, a little break in the marriage here. Come on. Let me tell you something. That's the time you better get in that bedroom. You might be mad, but we're going to rock and shock tonight. Okay? We're going to rock and shock in this bedroom tonight. And we might not do it talking.
Yeah.
Okay? But we're going to get it in, and we're going to keep getting it in, and we're going to make sure this area is covered. I'm upset about a situation, but I'm still going to hold you because I still do love you.
Yeah.
Right?
Come on.
And I don't mean men are coming expecting her to be, don't make her feel violated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with you, don't have angry, aggressive sex with her.
Right.
You know what I mean? But cover that area.
Right.
Keep your spouse covered in that area.
Right.
Because I'm telling you, the devil
sex, man.
withholding sex is the worst. It is.
It's a gateway.
It's a gateway. Sex is not a weapon.
It's not a weapon.
Say that with me. Sex
is not a weapon. Hallelujah.
Okay? It's like the silent treatment is not.
Woo! I was the queen of that. Now I ain't gonna lie. I was the queen of being the silent treatment in my first marriage. I was like, I ain't speaking today. Yeah.
No good.
No good.
No good. Opens up the door for. Do you know a man deprived of sex? Ooh. A woman deprived of affection and love.
We'll talk about that, baby. Honey. Okay, I don't want to move too fast. Go ahead.
That's the day you get up to the gas station and she's still beautiful.
Wow.
And she might be, you might be mad at her.
Right.
But she's still beautiful.
Yeah.
And the whole world ain't blind, everybody, you know. But that's the day she pulls up to the gas station and he there.
And see, sometimes, I believe too that sex can be the antidote. That sometimes, yes, not saying that sex gonna cover everything, but honey,
it definitely can break down some walls. It can bring an answer.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it can.
Because it's spiritual.
Right.
Marriage is spiritual.
Yep.
And sometimes that communication, like they said, when you hug a person for a 15 minutes or longer or 5 minutes, what you call it, the endorphins. Yeah, endorphin starts to working through.
Yes.
And that love language starts to come in, the way you touching me and hugging me. Guess what? We ain't arguing about this situation no more. We moving past this mountain.
That's right.
Okay? We're not giving the devil access. We on the same team.
Because you don't want to get up in the morning and she leave the house pretty.
Matching underwears, matching bra.
And he at the gas station offering to pay for her gas or her coffee.
Listen.
Right? Or the office mate, work husband.
Yeah.
Or his work wife.
Okay. We ain't playing them games, man.
Because the role. He don't need no wife. He don't need no work wife.
Listen.
He don't need no work husband. All of those are the weapons the enemy uses to come against the marriage.
Right.
And withholding sex opens that door. Withholding affection.
Right.
Let me tell you something. Sex, orgasms, all that climactic activity, the sensual touch releases endorphin. It releases your pleasure senses, right? And it disarms you.
Right. Vulnerability.
And then you open up to being able to communicate. You see what I'm saying? Instead of withholding that thing. And so you have to decide on, is it more important to be right, or is it more important to be in right relationship? I'd rather be in right relationship with you than to be right. So we agree to disagree. We're gonna have, come on, baby. Right. I'm a tooted and booted. Yeah, we're gonna bend over. We're gonna swing on the pole. We're gonna rock and shock tonight. We're gonna, 69 out. Whatever y'all do in y'all bedroom. I mean, I don't know what you're doing in your bedroom. I don't have a husband right now. I don't know what you do in your bedroom, but whatever you do.
What is that?
Whatever you do in that honorable and undefilable bed, it's your business, right?
It is.
Just make sure you're doing it.
Yeah.
Make sure you do. But let's backpedal, right?
Okay.
I want to talk about the conversations, right? Because I believe when we enter into marriage and the newness of a relationship and your flesh is stirred, your emotions are stirred, right? Sometimes we get the cart before the horse and you engage in premarital sex. That's not what we're talking about right now, but we can also do that, later date, another video. I want to talk about the conversation of sex. Like, how many of you have ever really dated and asked, what's your expectation for sex?
Wow. What
is your sex drive? Like, how many days a week do you feel you need sexual? We need to be sexual. What satisfies you? Do you like anal sex? Is oral sex a requirement? See, those are things. Come on, we're adults.
We're grown. And I think that there is a stigma there, taboo there, that we don't talk about it.
That's right.
We're afraid to talk about it because, oh, I really like this person, and if I don't meet the requirements, they're going to leave me, or I'm afraid, it's embarrassing, oh, I don't know, I'm a virgin, I've never experienced that. And then, we understand too that the sensitive part of it too, maybe you have been violated.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
And not just women.
Yes.
Men too.
And then you don't want to experience that part of sex that,
with your partner, with your husband, with your wife. Deep. And so you have to know if you do. So having the conversation, right, will tell you, she may say or he may say, because of the violation. Yeah. I can't be touched that way.
Wow.
This makes me feel a certain type of way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? God is still healing me from that thing. And if you do this or if we experience that, rather than experiencing it. Right. And then now you have a 911 in the marriage, and and now it becomes a traumatic issue in the marriage because you've treaded that water without the conversation. Wow. That's deep. And so I always say, I will teach you how to touch me. I will talk to you about what type of touch I like. Right. I will also talk to you about what kind of touch I don't like. Right. Maybe I wasn't sexually violated, so I may not understand the touch and the feelings that come along with that to the fullest. Teach me. Okay. Let's talk about that thing. Let's talk about what really arouses you. Do you like scents? Does certain smells arouse you? Feet. Do you like your feet rubbed? Do you like your toes sucked? Do you like massages? Maybe you don't like to be touched that much. Right. Maybe you don't feel loved if you're not touched a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we have to really, really have adult conversation. We gotta come away from that church face. Take off your church hat and be real. Be real. Because in a kingdom marriage, God is requiring transparency, honesty, realness. Yeah. You know what I mean? So that you can duplicate what He has given you. Yes. And other couples. So that you'll be able to coach them through. Because 9 times out of 10, these are not the conversations your pastor has time or maybe even the skill. Right? To give you. You know, you gotta really invest in what is important.
Because like before you know it, you give access for another person to come between your union.
Right.
And that's a whole nother warfare, baby.
Because then you're talking about your marital issue, the lack of sex, or the abundance of sex with people who are not in the same place issue. Right? So you have to, your pocketbook is full of a lot of stuff. The wallet is full of a lot of stuff. But you want to fill it with more things.
Yeah.
Because the more tools a mechanic has, the better mechanic he is.
Yep.
Right?
Yes.
And so I just want to encourage you, be real. Be okay with being transparent.
Right.
Be real. She's getting married. All these couples on the phone. I'm coaching them. And they like, they got great news, or, they're calling with their questions. Okay, so we're starting to talk about this, and how do you think I should or shouldn't, and so because this is what I do for a living, and so I would encourage you.
Hey family, thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Listen, chat it up with me in the comment section. Let me know how this has been a blessing to you as we continue to talk about the kingdom marriages that God is calling together for his children. I love you so much. Do me a favor. You know what to do. Heart this video, like it, give it a thumbs up, help me do ministry, subscribe to this channel, and share. Sharing is caring. And do not forget, turning your notifications to all, because you don't want to miss what God is saying here on Prophetic Encouragement. I love you all. Until next time, God bless. Bye.